What up, Pod Squad? Welcome back into another edition of Mondays with Mehoff. Welcome to my beautiful, lovely studio, as you see behind me here. We are talking a little bit about the Monday night preview game coming up tonight with the Cowboys and the Giants. The 2-0 undefeated Giants, by the way, which is pretty crazy to think. I don't think anybody would have expected to have them, the Dolphins, or the Eagles be the three remaining undefeated teams. So it's going to be a bit of a slugfest tonight. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of excitement and crazy things happening between the two quarterbacks. We've got Cooper Rush, who's a backup quarterback, and Daniel Jones, who probably should be a backup quarterback at this point. So I don't think we're going to see a lot of offenses moving the ball. It's going to be a little bit of an issue between both of them. Both their offensive lines are pretty rough, either just between injuries or overall skills. So not loving the running backs in general, just since there's a lot of work for them both to be done. But obviously, if you have Zeke or Saquon, you're starting them. I really do like Tony Pollard in this game. I think just trying to push Cooper Rush into making mistakes is what the Giants are going to try to have to do, and I like some dump offs to Tony Pollard, so he's a pretty solid flex play to me, especially in PPR. Zeke, I mean, you're not feeling super confident, but like I said, you got to start him. I don't expect him to do a ton tonight, but you're praying for a touchdown. You're hoping he gets some points, gets some red zone touches, and makes something happen for you. Obviously, Saquon's a beast. I am nervous about the Cowboys' defense, but I think they're a lot better of a pass rush than they are necessarily a run defense team. So Saquon's going to need to have a really, really big game in order to make something happen here. So they're going to pretty much live and die by him. It's going to take a superhuman effort, which he is definitely capable of, but not sure how big of an effort it's going to be. I think if you're hoping if you can get somewhere around like the 80 to 90 total all-purpose yards, I think a lot of it's going to come receiving tonight, and then, hopefully a touchdown at least. But I don't expect this to be a super high-scoring game. I think looking at it, I was pretty much saying to myself, whichever team can get to 20 points first is probably going to be the winner. So we're looking at more of like a 21-17 or a 20-14 type of game. So those of you that are staying up late on Monday nights, it's probably not going to be worth it if I had to guess. It's going to be pretty disappointing and more of a snooze fest than we would hope for some Monday night games. On the Dallas side of the ball, we have Dalton Schultz, the tight end, who is questionable. It's leaning like he's not going to play, but he is traveling with the team, so wait to see on there. It's not like there's a whole lot of other pivot options left, but if he does play, I would expect him to be limited and probably not get a ton of looks. Cowboys also reportedly might have Michael Gallup coming back for this game, which if he does, even if he is coming off of injury, I expect him to get a decent target volume, just since there's not really a lot of other options on the Cowboys. So you can hear my lovely studio audience with the dogs here cheering me on, of course, as always. But beyond that, we got Pharaoh Brown on the Cowboys. I know he's looked pretty good the last couple of weeks. I wouldn't feel super confident starting him, but I mean, if you need a dart throw and you've got a wide receiver 3 option on your team, or maybe like a DFS or a guillotine standard setting, it's worth a shot. I just don't think that there's a whole lot of other options. And really, I mean, how confident are you going to feel even if you have the largest piece of the pie coming from Cooper Rush? So that's about it as far as noteworthy-wise on the Cowboys. The Giants, really nobody can figure out what's going on with their receiver room. So, I mean, it's hard to feel confident about any of those guys. I feel like Saquon's about the only one that I'm feeling good about starting, except for maybe Daniel Jones in a 2 QB league, just from his rushing ability. But again, the Cowboys' pass rush scares me a little bit, so I expect him to probably be more of a boom or bust. If he gets a rushing touchdown, great. I don't think he's going to put up a ton of yards. I do think he's going to get hit a lot in this game, or at least pressured. So you're hoping it's not pressured into too many mistakes. But I'm not feeling great about both sides, to be honest. Like I said, I think as far as value goes, Pollard's probably my number 1 pick in this game, and then Saquon is expected, I would assume, to have a much better game than Zeke. But this game's going to come down to pretty much who can move the ball, period, and I think that starts with the run games on both sides. I would have to assume the combo of Zeke and Pollard going up against the Giants defense will do better than just Saquon on his own, because I do give that edge a little bit to the Cowboys defense. So that's about it. Noteworthy-wise, fantasy players. Overall, I am currently 3-0 on the year picking Monday Night Football games. Tonight, I know the Giants do technically have the 1-point advantage, and they're at home, and they're undefeated. But I am going to go to the Cowboys, even with Cooper Rush starting as their quarterback. I just think their defense is better, and I think that they're going to have the slight edge in a close game. It's not going to be real pretty for either of them, but they're both basically fighting for their wild card spot at this point, since it's looking like the Eagles are going to be a pretty easy runaway for the division leader. So gonna pick Cowboys. I will go Cowboys like 21-17, like I mentioned before, at 20-17. Let's not get too crazy with the extra points, and that's what we're gonna lock up. So hopefully everybody else is having a better week 3 than me. I had a lot of injuries on a lot of different teams, so it's been a rough one, but we're almost done with this one. We can jump into waiver wires and look ahead to next week. So good luck, everybody. Enjoy the game tonight.